Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's one round.
Some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Anthony by murder.
By murder?
Yes.
Golly.
Might knock his head off a little bit. Like, it might be special effect, but it might, like, go out.
Like legit?
Boxing legends and insiders have shared a wide range of predictions and analysis for the highly anticipated Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight, offering fans a mix of caution, strategy, and outright bold claims. Alexander Usyk, who has faced Joshua twice in the past, believes this fight will likely end within the first round. Drawing from his experience with Joshua, Usyk emphasizes the sheer force and precision Joshua carries, noting that it only takes a single clean shot to end the fight. In Usyk's view, the matchup is more about money than sport, offering little in terms of legitimate boxing value. He sees Jake Paul stepping into an arena far beyond his experience level, making the contest non-competitive from the outset.
Complaining about AJ taking that fight. Obviously, it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Do you see something wrong with AJ taking that fight?
This is just a lot of money. It's just a show.
Right.
This is not interesting sport because, guys, brothers, Anthony, it's Olympic champion.
Right.
Jake, it's just sportsman. Yeah, YouTuber. Jake do a lot of work.
Right.
Special coach, special food, a lot of exercise, new.
Yes.
But this is guy don't have a mother fights.
Right.
Never
Right.
a mother fights. Maybe them wrestling now professional, but Joshua, Anthony Joshua, it's Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's one round because Anthony twice. My fight twice. Jab.
Very hard.
Yeah. Look. You know, this is.
And still from his fight.
This jab.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, however, takes an almost opposite stance. Delivering one of the most surprising predictions, he claims Jake Paul will knock out Anthony Joshua. This assertion goes against the consensus of most boxing experts, but Fury points to Jake's ongoing physical transformation. Jake is reportedly training with heavier weights, building a stronger frame, and improving his overall skill set. Fury argues that momentum and confidence can sometimes outweigh experience. He sees Jake's rapid progression as a serious factor and refuses to dismiss him as merely an internet personality, highlighting the dedication he's shown in preparation. While Fury's prediction remains controversial, it adds an unexpected dimension to the discussion, given his intimate understanding of heavyweight boxing.
Talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight look.
Teddy Atlas approaches the matchup from a strategic and analytical perspective. He acknowledges Joshua's enormous strength and extensive championship experience, but highlights that Jake Paul is far from unarmed in this fight. Atlas notes that Jake's youth is a critical advantage. Young fighters tend to recover faster, move more fluidly, and embrace risks that older athletes might avoid. Atlas also points to Jake's improved footwork, which could allow him to maneuver in ways that may disrupt Joshua if he underestimates Jake's movement. Atlas stresses that every fight has multiple layers. Joshua has size, technical skills, and championship experience, while Jake brings certain tools and unpredictability that cannot be ignored. He makes it clear that while he is not predicting a Jake victory, the fight cannot be dismissed outright.
While we look at all the advantages that Joshua has, let's look at how I look at where maybe Paul has some advantages. He's younger. His feet are a little faster. I know he's not at that level of a fighter, I get it, but his feet are faster. Joshua's feet are not that fast, closing gaps, getting to somebody. To hit him, even if you're better than him, you still got to get to him to hit him. Also, Joshua, last time he fought was over a year. He hasn't fought. He was basically retired. Where's his mind at? He got knocked out terribly by Dubois. Where's his confidence? Where's his mindset? Where is he? Is he taking this fight the way that fans are, overlooking Paul, taking him for granted? Yeah, it probably is. Might be. Does that weigh in? Yeah, that weighs in. People don't look at those parts of it. And the weight. Paul's smart. He always puts clauses in there. I know this is the first time he's fighting a guy who's bigger than him and all that stuff, but he put in a 245-pound weight, clause where he can't come in over 245. What is Joshua weighing? He was off over a year. He was basically retired. Was he 280? Was he 290? Was he 275? Easily could be the case. He didn't have a lot of time now to get to 245. How does that affect him? Oh, we forgot about that. It's a little thing, but it's not that little. It's a thing that Paul put there for a reason. Again, Paul hasn't made too many mistakes. He's been pretty damn smart. I'm not saying he's the fighter that Joshua is, but I don't know if Joshua's the fighter that Joshua.
Lamont Roach takes a cautionary approach, focusing on the inherent danger for Jake. He emphasizes that Joshua's natural strength and years of elite competition create a risk that Jake has never faced. Roach warns that even a single committed strike from Joshua could end the fight instantly. He underlines the physical gap between the fighters, pointing out that Jake, despite his youth and confidence, is stepping into genuine heavyweight power, a type of force that can be unforgiving.
Excuse me. My first thoughts was, this guy's crazy. Not gonna lie. But I get it. Coming from a guy who's not a true traditional boxer, and to be able to have a position where he can fight a former unified world champion, former Olympic gold medalist, and to do it on such a stage where Anthony Joshua was a superstar as well. I mean, like, he sold out the O2, twice.
Absolutely.
I think. So, I think Jake is setting himself up for, a huge spectacle, and which is, kind of smart. If you're going to go big, why not go to the highest of the mountain? Why not? And I get it. That's what you call business right there. And I seen a lot of guys calling them out, from like Gabe to, other guys who are boxers. Yeah, like guys who actually beat him. But why would he settle for those guys when he could fight Anthony Joshua? So I think that's, I think that's smart. I think that's super smart.
Smart is one thing. What do you think happens in the ring, though, champ?
I think he gets hurt for sure. I think he gets obliterated. Something close to like Francis Ngannou. I think something like that happens, and it's going to be bad for him. But there will be a lot of.
Andrew Tate frames the matchup differently, emphasizing respect rather than prediction. He applauds Jake for accepting such a high-risk challenge, noting that very few people would dare step into the ring with someone as powerful and seasoned as Joshua. For Tate, the act of taking on this fight alone earns admiration, regardless of the outcome, highlighting Jake's courage and ambition.
Just a couple more things before I let you go. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, your thoughts on this fight, and Mega 1?
Yeah, huge respect to Jake. I mean, we all know what should happen on paper, but it's boxing. So huge respect to Jake. I have nothing but...
Sean Ali, a professional UFC bantamweight and close friend of Jake, expresses concern for Jake's safety ahead of the December 19th main event in South Florida. Speaking on the Bro Ali Show, he describes facing Joshua as terrifying, stressing that the consequences of a knockout could be life-altering, not just career-related. Ali calls Jake's willingness to fight a heavyweight of Joshua's caliber absolutely insane, underscoring the real danger and risk involved in this matchup. Beyond the predictions, the build-up to the fight is intense. Training for both fighters is at its peak. Anthony Joshua, preparing for what could be a career-defining bout, is reportedly in a new camp.
Is scared for Jake Paul. All right, great. You know what? Thank you, Sean. And now that's now my phrase. I'm going to steal that from you from this moment. I'm going to use it going forward because I didn't know how to describe my feeling about this fight, but I just got it. I'm glad I thought of it right after I read Sean O'Malley said it. Sean went on to say, there's certain punches, there's certain knockouts, there's certain concussions, there's certain ass whippings, there's certain beatings that are not equal to others. They're the kind of knockouts, of punches, of concussions, of ass whippings, and of beatings that change your life. They change lives. And O'Malley didn't elaborate on what that meant. But I know what he meant. I know what he meant. There is a confidence that a person has. From the guy that walks down the street, the most confident, he walks in the room and he's the man and he gets to live his life feeling that way and people will treat him that way. All the way down to the coward who walks his wife like he's weak, who handles everything sheepishly. The one thing those two guys have in common is that neither of them actually knows where they stand. Neither of them has actually tested that theory. They got all the rest of society to go along with it. Therefore, they don't have to test.
Working under coaches known for their technical precision and discipline. Since his last knockout loss in September 2024 and subsequent elbow surgery, Joshua has focused on improving his conditioning, timing, footwork, and ring awareness. Observers note that his drills are deliberate, with each session designed to refine offensive bursts, defensive reactions, and movement patterns. Ice baths, sparring with top heavyweights like Jared Anderson and Frank Sanchez, and relentless technical work have become part of Joshua's daily routine, demonstrating his commitment to entering the fight sharper and smarter. Jake Paul, meanwhile, has been pushing himself through intense conditioning and skill work to match the heavyweight level. Analysts note that his speed, footwork, and youth give him unique tools. His preparation emphasizes agility, stamina, and tactical movement, allowing him to create opportunities despite Joshua's power advantage. The discussion among experts underscores a consistent theme: Joshua's power, experience, and technical skill make him the clear favorite. But Jake possesses youth, speed, improved technique, and confidence that cannot be overlooked. Momentum, preparation, and psychological factors could play a decisive role, making this one of the most unpredictable and high-stakes matchups in recent heavyweight history. From Usyk's technical assessment to Fury's bold claim, Atlas's strategic breakdown, Roach's caution, Tate's respect-focused perspective, and Ali's concern for safety,